Welcome to America's Heroes Group.
Welcome back to America's Heroes Group. This time with our roundtable, we are globally connected. Military Family Matters with partner, family caregiver Keisha L. Jackson. Today is Saturday, May 6, 2023. May is Mental Health Awareness and Asian Pacific Heritage Month. Our host is Cliff Kelley. I'm Sean Claiborne, the co-host. Our executive producer is Glenda Smith, and filling in today is Titus, also a studio engineer. A digital media producer is Ivan Ortega of Scouts Honor Productions. And Keisha, how are you doing today?
Hey, Sean, I'm doing well. How are you?
U.S. Air Force veteran and family caregiver. You brought us a panelist today, none other than a New England Patriots Super Bowl champion, co-founder of Chief Strategic Officer of Dome Audio Incorporated. That is Tim Wright. How you doing, Mr. Wright?
I'm doing amazing. How you doing? Thank you for the opportunity.
It's our pleasure. Pleasure's all ours. So tell us about Dome Audio. This is very, I think, a passionate thing that you wanted to kind of give us an introduction, Keisha. But this is something that I know everybody's very passionate about, and we all have some connection to this. We talk about this. Give us some insight as to what Mr. Wright is doing and what this is all about.
Yeah, most definitely. So, April was National Deaf History Month, and it's that time when we recognize and we honor and we celebrate, bring more awareness to the deaf community, whether it's our children, whether it's adults. And I learned about Dome probably about a couple years ago in this product that Tim has. And, like I mentioned, caring for my mom and my brother, learning about those products and those resources are out there that often we never hear about. And so this was one of them. When I first heard of Dome, it made me think about like 3 different areas. I thought about a relative who is deaf, and even with hearing devices, it's very difficult for her to hear music, and she absolutely loved music. I thought about the headphones from someone that was caring for her mother, and she wound up using headphones not because she needed to, but honestly because her mother was so negative in her conversation to her. She was demeaning her that she wound up wearing headphones to kind of drown out some of that. But this spin that Tim, he'll talk about with the open ear, it allowed her to either hear her mother or not hear her mother. So he'll share a little bit more about that. But the other reason why I really love this product is because, music positively affects the health of individuals with Alzheimer's. And so Tim is going to talk about this amazing product that I really love, resource, this product, and I think it'll be really, really great for our family caregiver community.
So, Tim, tell us about this product. Tell us about Dome Audio, and what did you create?
Yes. So my partner, Ben White, was in the music industry for 25 years, and he got his hands on a pair of conventional bone conduction headphones, which actually have 2 speakers in a design like this. And so when he put it on his head, he said, I understand the concept of the sound. But then he got very curious and slid the headphones behind his ear on the mastoid bone, and that's where the light bulb went off. Bone conduction headphones compared to conventional headphones like your Beats, your Bose, your Sennheiser, Sony, all the conventional headphones that we know today, there's an inferior fidelity of sound. And so when he slid it behind his ears and he heard the resin and the fidelity, he said, I can make this technology better across the board.
Wow.
And so he set out to create a 4-speaker design, which has 2 speakers on the front that rest on the jawbone, and then 2 speakers behind the ear that rest on the mastoid bone. And the fidelity was comparable to conventional headphones with a prototype. He then said, there's times where you don't want to hear the outside world because our technology is the world's first open and closed ear bone conduction headphone. So when he said there's times when you want to go into a privacy mode and block out the outside world, he then created this dome cover which you attach to the frame of the headphone, and then it turns into a conventional headphone with the snap of a finger. And so the idea is that this full fidelity experience now gives you situational awareness at its best. And you can have full dialogue while hearing your audio, whether it's podcasts, whether it's radio, whether it's the TV, whether it's you communicating to another person with the headphone. And as Keisha said, whether it's music that connects the world together. And so with all that said, We've developed this technology. We have 4 patents on the technology, and this is a cutting edge development. And so with that said, we've been at this for the last 5 years. And not only have we built an IP around the technology, but we also built a brand and an identity that we want to take this all the way and reach a point where a company like an Apple or a Microsoft or Amazon would actually acquire Dome. So to Keisha's point, we have the opportunity to bring the world a new experience with audio. We have with our Dome cover, because it's a blank canvas, the ability to do collaborations and licensing deals with brands with logos right on the face of this Dome cover. So that's another element that we are bringing to life with this fashion, where fashion meets technology. And just to give you a quick example of that, you can buy these Dome covers separately with whatever you have on the face of that cover, whatever brand you love. You can literally pop it on. You can match from dome to toe and switch out your look on the fly. And then lastly, Keisha's point, this technology is going to allow a community of over 500 million people in the world now have meaningful experiences with headphones that they never had before. So there's a blue ocean opportunity to truly impact and transform lives while including this community that's been inherently overlooked. And just to get a little technical, the way the technology works, so air conduction flows through the air directly into your eardrum, and then it has to go through the middle ear just to get into your inner ear. Folks with hearing challenges that are deaf and hard of hearing, their challenge is on the outer ear where the ear canal is. And so by bypassing that with the bone conduction headphones, the sound uses vibration and goes directly into your inner ear. That's how these people are able to actually experience the technology unlike anything else before. So we're bringing the world together with these experiences, and through our proprietary app, that's where you're going to be able to go to live sporting events and watch the game live while getting live commentary. You can have one headphone speaking to hundreds of headphones in the audience. You can be in a call center such as the military from a communication standpoint, and everybody within that hub on that floor can actually communicate with each other while hearing dialogue. We are going to transform the industry with our technology, and we're so excited to bring it to the world.
Wow, I'm really curious to hear what these headphones sound like. I gotta check them out. So you have a website where people can actually get information about it?
Absolutely. So as I said, not only do we want to bring the technology to the world for people to experience it in the consumer sense, but we also want to create generational wealth and share that amongst the community. And so right now, we're also seeking any level of an investment as well. And right through our website, you can go to domeonesound.com, and you can either pre-order the product and invest in the company as well. And so our goal over the next, I would say, 2 to 3 years, to position Dome for acquisition. So I welcome every listener to also join us as well on that.
Wow. So this is a product that's not just for people who have hearing impairment, but anybody who want to hear higher fidelity music. So this is way better than what you get on a typical Bose or the headsets I'm wearing in the studio, or the Tascams, whatever you got going on. This is supposed to be like what it's described. Is it like you're right there in the studio with somebody, or right there at the concert?
I'm glad you said that. So we are bringing the ultimate experience to headphones. And not only do you hear the music, but you also feel the music as well, because it uses vibration. So you don't have to cut your normal headphones up to 100 just to get that bass. Now you can have it at a mid-level, and you literally can feel the music, hear the music. And when you need to, speak to a relative in your house, or you're out in the world moving around, you can be aware of your surroundings. And that's, that SA is one of those things in the military that's so critical. So that's what you're getting with Dome headphones. It's the ultimate headphone experience.
Well, I can really see that in a factory or warehouse where guys are, doing a menial task, stacking boxes, or doing some machine work, and they got their music going, but then the boss is yelling at them, or something goes on in the factory and they can't hear it. You can actually still, if you still have situational awareness around you, but you can, still see, that's something I can't even I got to actually experience it. I couldn't even wrap my head around that.
Yeah.
So you're in it. So
when I first heard it, Go ahead.
I mean, so you're telling me so you could be like at a concert where it feels like you got 110 dB or 110 decibels coming at you in your face, but if somebody says whispers in your ear over to ear, you can still hear that person. This is clear. And one way I can describe that is like maybe being in a studio, like where I'm at right now. So if I might be talking loud, but the engineer could come in and it's whisper something, I can hear it, but I can still hear you.
Yes.
That is amazing.
Yes, exactly. And then with our dome covers, so on the face, it's a fashion presence, right? But on the inside is a utility because we're going to have acoustic lining on the inside of the dome cover. So when you attach it, it's going to block out the outside world and amplify the sound. So you get, to your point, you get the best of both realities where you can go about anything you're doing in the world, whether you're deaf and hard of hearing, normal hearing. That was my partner's goal, was to create a full fidelity experience unlike anything out there. And he accomplished that. So when I first heard it over 5 years ago, I was blown away. And this was just a prototype because it's this phenomena of being able to truly hear music in a clearer way than even air conduction and then still have full dialogue. Like just that alone, I was like, I'm on board. Let's take this to the moon. So
I'm going to check out that website again tonight because I'm very curious, and this so happened that I was in the market for some headsets, so I'm definitely going to be checking these out. So tell us again, how do you find your website?
Yes, so domeonesound.com, ONESOUND.com, Dome One Sound.
So how did you get the interest in doing something in audio? Are you a big music fan? Are you big into? Have you done any broadcast radio at all, or TV or anything like that as a former NFL player?
Yeah, I'm a big music fan. In fact, when I was younger, I would say around 6, 7 years old when I first started playing football. Very early on, I was chosen to be the captain, and so I was always the leader of the team. I had to always create the energy, make sure everybody is moving to one beat. And once I got to high school, I became more outspoken. I really was that presence in the locker room, and I started, bringing a portable radio, a portable speaker into the locker room, and I always set the tone with music. So when I got to college, I was a full-time captain of the team. I was a full-time scholar student, and I also was a full-time barber. So not only did I have the music interest, the sports interest, the leadership interest, but I also had that attribute of making people look good and feel good. So that's what makes, I guess my talent, my ability, and what I bring, the value that I bring to Dome Audio so special is because I know how to relate to people directly one-on-one. And we've put our prototypes on over 2,000 people's heads one by one, and I press play to that music. They was able to hear that experience, and we also got a beta feature in our app right now where I can speak through my phone and someone can hear my voice speaking to them directly.
Wow.
So now imagine someone who might be deaf blind, where they may take 10 steps, like a feature through our app where you get step-by-step navigation. So with all the limitless, I would say, use cases and features we can bring through the technology with the app, the ability to humanize the brand and connect that with people is what makes Dome special. So between my partner and I being, truly masterminds and very surgical with how we're engineering the IP and the brand, we just welcome all people to be either patrons of the tech or investors in the company or a combination of both, man.
Wow. So do you still have do you have a barbershop in New Jersey right now?
I do.
Okay.
I do. So the Wright Cut Barbershop Hair Salon is located directly on campus at Rutgers. That's where I went to school. And again, the impact that I had throughout my 5 years at college, I said, one day when I have the means, I want to go back on campus and take this one-man operation and now turn it into 8 to 10 chairs and really make an impact. And it's been, going on 7 years now. So that's still in motion as well.
Wow. I thought it was interesting. You played in Super Bowl 49 against the Seahawks.
Yes.
And Derek Coleman was playing for this. He wasn't playing that game, but he was on injured reserve during that game. He's deaf, I guess legally deaf, I guess.
Yes.
Did you know him or ever met him or?
So The Super Bowl was prior to me jumping in with Dome. So Dome, I came on board in 2018. Like you said, the Super Bowl was 2014, 2015 season. But I was aware of Derek. I didn't know Derek, though. But now when we circle back, once we have the product perhaps at our next stage, I'm going to actually go meet him, put the headphones on him, record his reaction, and the rest will be history, man. So there's many people from what we've observed, whether it's the movie industry where the movie Coda won Movie of the Year, I want to say 2 years ago, whether it's the halftime performances where you got the ASL and the folks that's been performing. We've actually had so many influencers and celebrities already experience our technology at our pop-up listening event, and they're immediately on board because they see this movement that's going to just take over the world in a sense of bringing transformation and this positive energy. So just like Keisha said, music is the key to everyone's soul. And for us to have a technology that not only gives people who are normal hearing the ability to have, a greater experience with audio, but to impact the community that's never truly had a headphone experience, I mean, how much more gaps do we got to fill to bring a headphone experience to people, So we're really excited about bringing that to the world.
I think anytime you affect one of the five senses, that's really something that is a game changer in anything manufacturing-wise or worldwide that's transformative. Even social media, it entertains your eyes, your ears, things like that. Anything that tackles or addresses one of those five senses is destined for use. I can even see it on the football field. So if you're in the loud stadiums, you're going into Arrowhead or going into Green Bay or something like that, and it's fans are loud and you can't even hear yourself think, and you have something like that in your helmet.
Exactly.
That's a game changer.
So here's a quick use case. So when I went to visit my partner's lab and hear the prototype for the first time, I immediately thought about warm-ups for players on the field where I'm wearing conventional headphones. I can't hear Tom Brady say, hey, Tim, run a slant, run a post, run a fly. I got to take them off, put them on, and by the time I make a cut, they're flying off. When I experienced this technology and it actually hugged my head, I said, this is transformational even for the sports arena because the seamless communication, when you go back in the locker room, you put the covers on, now you get into your own personal zone. But then we said, how about the fans? And that's where we said Dome Audio is the official headphone of fan experience. So now when you go to the game, you wear the headphones, you watch the game live. If it's a controversial call, or if it's a stat that's been broken or history that's been made, you can get all that commentary in real time during those dead moments. And that's what's going to make the fans closer to the game. So, yeah, in the next several years, we got that plan where when you look around in those arenas and those stadiums, we want to have Dome headphones laced up on people's heads in the stands.
I can even attach to like those VR headsets, because in VR there's really not a lot of sound is not really there yet.
Immersive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that like you learn when you go to school. You learn media. One of the things that you can watch, like for example, you can have a show or something on a TV screen that doesn't look nice. It might be kind of staticky or whatever, but you'll sit there and look at it and pay attention to it if you can hear it and it's clear and it's saying something to you. But you can turn on something that have the best special effects. It could be crystal clear HD, Blu-ray, whatever. If a person starts speaking, all of a sudden this person starts opening their mouth and talking and speaking a different language. What do? Click. You hit the remote control within 3.5 seconds. That remote control, you don't pass that channel like 15 times because even beautiful, everything looks great, but you don't understand it because you can't hear what's going on.
That's right.
Audio is so critical to getting somebody's attention.
It truly is. Yeah, that's one of the other features with some of the technology that's been put into the market the last year to 2 years. Language translation is another key component with our experience. So as, you might go to a conference where someone on stage is speaking Spanish or a different language, you could select right through your app the language you want it translated to in real time. And so, with the emergence of AI, this metaverse, all of this stuff that's happening, we're packaging all of that stuff together right into our experience.
Wow. So Keisha, thanks for bringing a great guest to us today. You brought us some great information, and I got to check this product out. What's the website one more time?
Yes, domeonesound.com.
All right, we definitely got to do something. We got to maybe even put you on our. We talking about doing an AHG store on our website one day. Maybe we got to get one of your products on there with the AHG logo on it or something like that.
Here it is.
There you go.
It is. Now that'll be amazing, man. Absolutely.
So Keisha, any last words?
No, thank you, Tim. Thank you for bringing such great information to the audience. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you, Keisha. I really appreciate you. And thank you, Cliff, man. This was amazing.
I'm Sean. Cliff is our host. I'm Sean Claiborne.
Oh, I'm sorry, Sean. I'm sorry about that, Sean. No, thank you so much, man.
Did you play with a Claiborne on the during your years at that?
Adrian Claiborne.
I think he's related, like distant related. I believe I was told at a family funeral, that we're related, some kind of distant cousin or something, whatever. Yeah. Claiborne.
I played with him with the Buccaneers when I was with the Bucks.
Okay.
And then I think he later went to New England, and then he went to Atlanta, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Yeah, I saw him on the field a couple of times, but never kept up with it. But thanks for your time. Thanks for bringing a great product. I think it looks cool, looks futuristic. I love it. I'm gonna check it out tonight. I encourage everybody on listening to this, go and check this stuff out. It could be one of these groundbreaking investments or groundbreaking things that you never thought would ever happen, but all of a sudden it happens. Check it out.
Absolutely.
This is America's Heroes Group. We'll be right back.